Sometimes the most powerful stories are packed into the smallest spaces. Well, that's exactly what we're looking at today with Adrienne Rich's poem, Aunt Jennifer's Tigers. In just 12 short lines, it tells this profound story about oppression, desire, and the incredible power of art. It's a short one, but it really packs a punch. So let's dive in.
So, interestingly, the poem doesn't start with Aunt Jennifer herself. Nope, it starts with her creation. These amazing, magnificent tigers. They're described as being proud and totally fearless, moving with what the poem calls a chivalric certainty. This kind of noble, confident grace. And that immediately gets you thinking. If her art is this bold and free, what does that say about the artist?
And that really is the central mystery here, isn't it? If the creations are so powerful and free, what about the creator? Who is this woman? Let's start peeling back the layers and find out.
First, let's explore the world that Aunt Jennifer actually brings to life in her art, the world of the tigers. This is all laid out for us in the very first stanza. Just listen to the words being used here. Prance. It's so energetic, so full of life. And calling them bright topaz denizens compares them to these brilliant, precious gemstones. They're the proud inhabitants of this rich green world that she has embroidered, a world where they are completely and utterly free and unafraid. What's so amazing about this poem is how quickly it sets up this stark contrast. On one side, you have the tigers. They're all about being fearless, proud, confident, you name it. But then, as we're about to see, there's Aunt Jennifer, and she's the complete opposite. Fearful, oppressed, weak, and trapped. This huge gap between the creator and her creation is really the heart of the whole story. Okay, so in this second stanza, the camera kind of pulls back from the vibrant art and zooms in on the artist herself. And this is where we start to see her much more difficult reality. This line, wow, this line is absolutely crucial. The wedding ring here is not a symbol of love. It's described as a massive weight. It's this incredibly powerful metaphor for the crushing burden of her marriage, all the control and societal rules that have weighed down her spirit and stolen her freedom. We also get this image of her fingers fluttering through her wool, finding it hard to even pull the needle. Now, this isn't just about her being old. It's a physical sign of her fear and her anxiety. The emotional weight of her life has actually made her physically weak. So, when you lay it all out, you can see how masterfully these symbols are working together. The tigers are everything she wants to be, strong and free. The wedding band is the institution that traps her. And her fluttering fingers, they show the very real, painful toll that oppression has taken on her own body. Now we get to the final stanza. The poem looks to the future, to Aunt Jennifer's death, and it asks a really haunting question. After all this, will she finally be free? And tragically, the answer is no. Even after she's gone, the poem says her hands will still be ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. It's this heartbreaking idea that the scars of her life are so deep, they'll follow her even to the grave. And this is where the word choice is just brilliant. The word ringed has this powerful double meaning. Literally, of course, her finger is encircled by the wedding ring. But figuratively, her entire life has been encircled, trapped, and defined by those hardships. There was just no escape. But just when you think it's all despair, the poem doesn't quite end there. Let's look at the final lines and see how it builds to its really powerful conclusion. And here it is, the final beautiful twist. While Aunt Jennifer, the woman, will lie still, mastered by her struggles, her creation will not. The art she made will live on. Those tigers will keep on prancing, forever proud and unafraid, embodying the very freedom that she could never have for herself. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Aunt Jennifer's legacy is really twofold. Her life itself is a quiet critique of the societal pressures that trapped her. But her art is a form of silent rebellion. It shows us that even when you're oppressed, that creative spirit can find a voice, and that voice can actually outlive all the pain. This leaves us with a final thought to chew on. Aunt Jennifer couldn't change her own reality, but through her art, she created a brand new one, a world of courage and freedom. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? About all the small acts of creation around us and the powerful hidden stories they just might be telling.